Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Focal on the FTOG server. Just wanted to start here showing you an update to our little Flask statue outside Fracture Co. headquarters here. I got some Viridium, which appears to have some kind of location-based glimmer to it. So it adds a little bubbly effect, and I really like it. But that's not the main point of today's episode. The main point of today's episode begins within the building, because I have built some more stuff. One more stuff, specifically, that I want to talk to you right now about. Also, I discovered that if you liquidize lime dye and put dough on a depot with a fan, it makes slime balls, so that's great. This is what I wanted to show you specifically, because we have a vanilla lava generator here. We've got a mechanical pump into this fluid container. And we have two mechanical presses afterwards. And if all of this together, if you put some obsidian dust created by putting obsidian through the crushing wheels, put some obsidian dust, hit it with lava and the two presses, it makes something called a sturdy sheet. And if you click that on a brass casing, it will give you a train casing. And if you build a portal out of train casings, and then light it with a Steamworks Realm portal igniter from our friend here, that's mine, you can create a portal to the Steamworks dimension, which looks like this. It is a flat dimension full of ore, no caves, no mobs, and you start at 293. On the Y level. So if I look down here, I've already mined all of this out. And how have I mined all of this out, you say? Well, let me show you. Because, let me turn this off for now. Get all of this stuff. Because if we look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... and then that there and that there. Lever, lever, lever. Part assembler. We want to hit this to lock rotation, because now, if we put this contraption that I have right here in my inventory through this cart assembler, it will produce something I'm calling the Fracture Co. Mobile Quarry. Observe. So we've got create item drawers for everything that you could pull out of the ground here, that I've found so far at least. And then we have this little contraption, which we hit the windmill, which is enough to send this spinning at 256. Backwards, it would seem... oh, I remember, because I used it somewhere else, and it was the other way. But you run that. We've got this, we've got 9x9 of drills, all with barrels on top. And then up there, we have a pulley. And if I click this clutch... oh. It was already in down mode. So, this controls the up and down. And then... oh. Nope, send it back down. Yes, I've done this out of order, but this shows you how it works, basically. That will then drill down to bedrock. Unfortunately, the drawers do not keep their connections when you put them on contraptions, so you do have to do this. But it's a small price to pay, and it gives you something to do while that is running. And I've messed up. Ugh, come on. Really? Where did that even go? What? This does not make any sense. There. Belt. There we go. Back to normal. Once all these are connected, though, we can bring the thing back up. Drawer. Okay, all connected, I think. Good. And the windmill's running. And then, as you saw before, if we bring this back up, it will connect to this item interface and throw everything from the barrels into here. And these are all voided, so if I get dirt and cobblestone and stuff over much, it'll void it. And this dimension has a layer of what it looks like stone, maybe a layer of dirt, a layer of andesite, layer of stone, a layer of nether, and then a layer of end before you hit the bedrock. Oh, dope. I don't know how that got in there. But I'm gonna send this down while I show you the next part, because the way I've designed this, it's tileable, so when you want to be done with it, you just place all of this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another cart assembler there. We turn on this thing. We turn on this one to load it up. And then we can place this and this. Lock rotation. Don't need that. But once this is done, we'll just bring it up again, and I'll let it finish up. And once it's done, you can just run the cart through again and place it at the next spot. Which is fun. I'm not gonna drill here, but you could. I'm gonna let it finish this one just for completionism's sake later. But for now... rubber banding. For some reason, the server has a lag spike anytime someone logs on, and it's a very busy server, so... let's put this back, shall we? Because we need it for the next thing. I'll come back and finish that later, and pull up all of this. But I have something to show you back in the real world. And if we head out of the Fracture Co. building here, you can see in the distance, I'm gonna walk because it's dramatic, you can see a big box with windmills and chains and garage doors, and this is where our main factory is going to be. Right over here in the bottom right corner, you can see how big it is already. This is the corner, this is the Stactory, as I'm calling it, because my idea, because if you look at the quests here, we look at the ultimate factory, there's a bunch of different lines you can make, and I figured the best way to do it would just be to stack them all on top of each other in one gigantic factory that I'm calling the Stactory. So whenever I need to build a new line, I'll just build another box on top, but let me take you through what I've done so far. This lever is connected to a redstone link that goes up there, but if you use it to open, it glitches. You can only use it to close, and you have to do it like this. I don't know why, but here we are. See, if you do that, it'll glitch. If you do it like this, though, if you right-click it, it's fine. So here's another copy of that thing, that this is the garage for it, in case I want to just store it here so I have access to all of this stuff. But that's just for convenience, really. The first real production thing we have is our tree farm. Standard create tree farm. Got a spinning arm with a barrel and a storage interface, all leading to this. There's a water wheel and stuff under here just to keep it all running, but basically I did birch because it doesn't have any extraneous drops like apples that I would have to deal with, so we just have unlimited birchwood, and I have it off right now because the thing filled up. That is number 1. To access factory number 2, we need to go up the hypertubes, which are a create hypertube is the mod, and it does a cool thing that will be immediately demonstrated when I do this. So, those are being run off this windmill. They need a minimum speed of 16 RPM to run, and that is exactly what I've given it. So when we sneak, we'll send down. Sometimes we get stuck inside this thing, because you can be inside these, and if you get stuck, you can just walk out. But this is the first level. This takes us up to here. We got a cobblestone farm leading to a vault of cobblestone. That'll come up later. But first, I want to show you this machine, which generates zinc, copper, iron, and gold for me. Now, the original design that's coming up on screen right now was all together, but I ran into a problem where the wrong things were being converted, so I decided it was just easier to separate them out. You'll also notice the lava wall. We'll get to that in a second, because I'm going to take you through how these work. So you see that thing up there? That is a molten vent, which is a block that you would find dormant inside little craters throughout the world, such as this one. That's a crimsite. There's a scoria one. Scoria. And then you blow up the core, and it becomes movable with contraptions, and then you can place them. And what those do is it turns lava next to them, lava blocks, or source blocks, that's what they're called, lava source blocks next to them, into either ochrum, crimsite, viridium, or azurine, depending on the type. And then that will get drilled away and fall into a chute and into the crushing wheels, which will become either nuggets of the type or a crushed ore of the type. And those go into this barrel. The nuggets are transported into a cauldron to be packed with the metal mechanical press, and then they come out the bottom onto this conveyor belt and into the drawer. The ore comes out onto this depot, which is being blasted by this encased fan, and then once that's done, it becomes the ingot, drops onto the conveyor belt into the drawer. The copper produces very quickly, the gold produces the slowest, and the iron and the zinc are fairly similar. This is powered by a windmill on the other side, and the lava comes from an infinite lava source, which, I'm just gonna go free cam because I can see through the lava. This hose pulley here, if it's at the bottom of a thing that's 10,000 blocks of lava, non-source, they don't have to be source, if it's at the bottom right here, that's considered an infinite lava source. So now, not only do we have infinite lava for these things, going up here, we can maybe watch one happen. Lava gets placed, we're in the lava, it gets turned into an ochrum and then drilled away. But we could also pull of this for later additions to the factory as well. So that is the first, or second, technically, production system here. What with the trees, but it's the real one. This is cool. I'll help you get a good look at it if you want to replicate it. If you need a better look at it at any point, just let me know, and I can come in here and break it down. But otherwise, there's a bunch of other stuff. And then, over here, we have an item vault filling up with cobblestone, and a frog port with a stock link creating packages of cobblestone to this. This is a clutch in case I want to stop running the cobblestone. And this, for some reason, does not work. It should be pulling out cobblestone from the vault. It doesn't. If anyone knows why, let me know. If we follow up this ladder, we can see these chain drives, moving packages and rotational force up to the second layer, based off this big windmill, which we'll need to move at some point. And that comes into this, which is a production of this line. So the cobblestone is ordered by this factory gauge, which is connected to that stock ticker, and when it's lower than 30 stacks, or 1920 cobblestone, it will order more from there. If anyone knows how to make it go in more than one cobblestone at a time, please let me know, because I don't know why it's doing that. But it's very slow and very annoying. But the cobblestone is sent to a millstone, which makes it gravel, which goes in this barrel. The gravel is sent to this crushing wheels, which turns it into sand, flint, and clay, sent to this drawer system. And then the sand is sent to this haunting depot and heads down into the soul sand. All of these are equipped with levers. So right now I'm not making soul sand, but if I wanted to, I could just turn this off, and all the gravel would start to stay in here. Let's see if we can get one to stay. There's a gravel, it goes in there, and it's not coming out. If I wanted to just not do anything, I could activate the clutch down there, turn off this, and nothing would run. Few interesting things here. I'm using chains on gear wheels, which, as long as you have a complete loop, allows you to do some interesting things. And angles, because it doesn't rely as much on proper axes like these chain drives. They have to be at a belt angle. These can pretty much, as long as you have a loop, generate at any level. So that's pretty cool, I think. It's fairly useful for when you have this abnormal stuff you all need to run. And then over here is where I'm going to set up this stuff, which will be useful to pull out of the lava, which you can see the hose pulley there. There's a couple things in here that need lava. But that's the current state of the stactory. I'm not, other than the metal, which I'm going to need a lot of, I'm kind of just setting it up so I can generate whatever I need when I need it. I just have to set the settings correctly to stockpile a certain thing, like gravel, sand, soul sand, and then I can just wait here, or AFK here, and it'll generate what I need. But this is my first time playing with, like, the stock tickers, stock links, frog ports. I haven't really used any of those before. And if anyone can tell me how to make it stop requesting in single block packages, or creating in single block packages, please let me know, because that's annoying. And to wrap up the episode, I just wanted to take a look inside this building that's been here, just below my claim, for a while, but it appears to be condemned. Like, the windows are boarded up, the entrance is blocked, so we are gonna have to break our way in. Throw some mage lights on. Let's see if we can stop some spawning before it's necessary to fight whatever spawns. We got scaffolding. I'm actually going to take one of these, because I need it for... I think... Actually, I might already have this. Never mind. I don't need this. We're going to take a look here. Let's see. We've got some pretty tough-looking monsters. He just ran outside. That's fine by me. Emeralds and wheat. Iron and wheat. What does this do? Okay. Cardboard. Cool. Cardboard. Don't need it. Let's head upstairs. Oh, not the lights. Nope. Okay. We got blocks. We got blocks. You can die. Anytime. I was expecting a little more out of this building, but I assume there's more upstairs, but it seems like this is the main floor. I gotta get better food. That's probably the next goal, is to get a proper food production line going. So I can, you know, live. Right now I've been surviving on berries, which is not good for healing. Let's throw some mage lights in. Seems we've got some looters, bricks, saddled potatoes, okay. Oh yeah, brick saddle potatoes. Over here we've got andesite alloy and bread. Bread is better for healing, so let's eat that. Andesite casings, I'll always take andesite casings. They're not that expensive, but they're annoying to make until I have a proper automation line set up for them. Okay, what's down here? Oh! There's an entrance up here, I didn't see that before. Is this it? There must be more, it's such a big building. And there's a zombie. I can hear a zombie. Where is it, though? Is this it? Is this the whole building? I'd have to clean this out. Let's just... Oh yeah, that's the outside. Is this outside? That's outside. No secret rooms. Rip spruce wood. Okay. Looks like we got that there, that there. Okay. Is there a secret room? There must be a secret room. I hear a zombie. Anything downstairs? No? I guess not. There must be just a zombie hiding somewhere. But that was underwhelming. Let's board that back up. Okay, well, we also got cosmetic armor in the new pack, or a new version of the pack, which is real good. I chose to keep the engineer goggles on though, because they're cool. But that's gonna do it for today's episode. Tune in next week to see what I do for food reasons. Food production, probably just a potato farm or something, but you never know. Maybe do something cooler. Also, I'm gonna put a poll up on my community page when this episode goes live about what we want our public transit system to be. There's a couple different options. So I wanted to get some feedback before I commit to one. So check that out, should be live now. But yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, later.